And she started to tell a longer story, the quick version of which is that she'd had a daughter, lost a daughter. I don't know where the father was. I guess there was a father, but if he was killed in the war, I don't know. But there's no father in the home. And she has a baby girl, little girl, and at about age 3 lost the baby. And in total grief and in total distress, and again, if it's in the context of the war or what, I don't know, but she went to her local minister and asked for help, and asked for consolation, and asked for counsel, asked for what you ask a minister for when you've had a moment of bereavement and grief and tragedy in your life. And the minister said, now this is the report that the missionaries got, and I'm leaving it to you as to the accuracy of it. It seems a little harsh, but it's the way they reported it and the way they said it to her, or that she said it to them, that he turned on her and said, I don't have anything to do with you. I don't have anything to say to you. That little girl's in hell, and so are you, eventually, because you didn't have her baptized, and you haven't darkened the door of this church, and you come staggering down here at your moment of loss and expect something, well, you're not going to get it. And turned her away. I can't quite imagine that, but that's the report. And it was severe enough and honest enough, or at least accurate enough, that she left saying 2 things. I will never, ever, ever darken the door of this church again. And number 2, I will never speak to a minister again in time of need or in time of delight, in time of joy or in time of sorrow. I will never speak to a minister again. So that's why she said, are you a minister? And they said yes, and she slams the door. Well, what would you do, elders? Sisters, what would you do? Well, I'll tell you what Wallace Toronto did in 1928, long time before my missionary plan or yours. He said in his broken check, would you like us to tell you where your daughter is? And later on, this woman said, for the first time in my life, I felt the Spirit of the Lord. And she opened the door, didn't let them in. This is still a doorstep conversation, persistent missionaries. This is still a doorstep exchange. She opens a little wider and says, I'd give anything to know where my daughter is. And Wallace Toronto, halting, feeble, broken Czech student that he was, 21 years old or so, opens the Book of Mormon and on the doorstep reads to her in the best Czech he can muster from the 8th chapter of Moroni. Mormon's great letter to his son about the curse of infant baptism and why children are saved by the grace of God and the atonement of Christ in their innocence and swept into the kingdom of heaven on the mercy and majesty of the atonement of the Lord Jesus Christ.
It's so cute. No, that ain't cute. One of the reasons God makes them so small is so that they won't kill you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's not a little angel. That's a viper in a diaper.